I had to take a guess, Scrapper will be the one with the biggest heart coming out of Sundance of 2023. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Scraper. What's it about? Very simple premise, actually. We are in London, getting out biscuits, getting out fish and chips. The worst British accent ever, but we are in London, and we're following this girl who her mother passed away, and now she is living in the flat by herself. However, her estranged dad comes in out of nowhere, and do they need this relationship? Will they form a bond, or will he run out of the house like he did 12 years ago? So, did I like this movie? Kind of like I said in the intro, watching this movie was only like an hour and 22-minute movie. It had a huge heart. It had a tight pace. It was fun. It was heartwarming. It was sad when it needed to be sad. And it had a really, really good message at the core of this movie, looking at it through the lens of a 12-year-old girl. So when talking about the positives, first you got to talk about the acting. The dad, the girl, the friend, they all play their parts so well in this film, and you are never bored with what they are given, what they're doing on screen. It is just so much fun. And then when you have the backdrop of the story of the mother passing away and what this girl is doing, how she's getting money, what she's doing around London to make sure she could survive by herself with her uncle, Winston Churchill, which is pretty funny, and then stealing the bikes. It just has some fun elements to it of how she is interacting with other people of like, oh, I tried to steal this bike, but now she has to get her way out of it. It's funny. It's hip, and she plays a part so well, and it's just so funny, cute, and I had a blast with it. And when the dad came along, it added a little layer to what this relationship was going to be about, how she hates him because she's never seen him before. But of course, you kind of know why he wasn't in the picture. Too immature, still too immature, and doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. So you have that just family dynamic in this film, and it's just like I said. It's only an hour and 22 minutes. It zooms by so quick. It knows it doesn't need to be longer. It knows what the core message is. Father-daughter relationship, and it works to a T. So there are a little bit of nitpicks I can say with it. How they decided to talk to the town folk, the girl that's taking the bicycles, the social services people, yellow bike gang, or you have the girls that are all in pink. How they decided to tell their story about this girl. I don't know if it was the best way of putting it or how she decided to film it. I understand what she was going for, and there were some funny dialogue with those people, but I just don't know what that does to enhance the story of what you wanted to say. I know you wanted to say like, oh, what does this town think about this girl? What does the social service workers think about this girl? But I just overall think, what does that do to enhance the story? It doesn't do a lot, but it is a little bit fun for it. And then with the spiders, I understand what they're going for. With like, oh, the best friend loved the spiders. So you got to have like the spider village, and they could talk to each other, and they know and see what is happening in this flat. So it is a little fun. But if you're going to do that, I think you had to put a little bit more fantasy elements to other parts of the story, if you know what I mean. Because if you're just doing it to these spiders, it just feels a little bit off. Or it's just like out of left field, and it doesn't really add anything to the story. But like I said, I understand what they're going for. It's a kid's movie. They want to add a little bit of fun to it. But I think if you added like 2 or 3 more things that are on the same level as the spiders, it would have worked a little bit better. But overall, Scrapper, out of the 10-ish movies, yeah, I saw 10 movies out of Sundance. Honestly, Scrapper will probably be my number one, hands down. It was fun. It was heartwarming. It was sad when it needed to be sad. And it just goes into the aspect or the lens of trauma. How do kids see trauma? How do they cope? How do adults see trauma? How do they cope? And are they better together? And the answer is always yes. So Scrapper will receive a 4.5 out of 5 with Futons. He goes at 90%. Let's see what the Critics News scores gave this one. So critics at 85% with 13 of them. No audience score yet. So yeah, this was a little bit of a rough review because I had to think about it and what I wanted to say about Scrapper. But like I said, overall, out of the 10 Sundance movies I've seen, Scrapper is the best one right now. 85.90. Chase Hawk with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is Booftopia. You Booftons, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. And seriously, this is only like an hour and 20 minutes without the credits. So doesn't take that long to watch this one.